For so many years, I thought that home was measured by the noise, how much our grocery bill was, the constant making of food, and just the pure chaos of number of people here was. But life has a way of changing. The kids grow up, they get jobs, they start making lives of their own, and the home, it becomes quieter. And what I'm learning is that home is not about a number. It's the love that is still here. It's the baking of a treat so that I can keep it in a container and the kids know where their favorite treat always will be. It's sitting around the table, even if the number is much smaller. It's those cozy evenings, familiar routines, and family traditions that reminds us that we're still a family. Home keeps changing, but it doesn't mean it's disappearing. It simply becomes something new. Let's talk. This week, my series has been all about I'm learning things in my home, and one of them is that my home is changing. And if you've been with me on my channel for all the years that you've been here, and a lot of people have, and they say your channel's changing, of course it's changing because my life is changing. And in my mind, it's still the same because it's still kind of the same thing, but now I can see a noticeable change in my home where it's getting quieter. The house stays clean. There's not that much food to make. Like right now, silence. And it's the morning time. And so it just looks a little bit different. And that's okay. It just means a new season in my life. So for us, that means that our days like today are Gather Your Fragment Friday. We've been doing these for so many years. My Gather Your Fragment Friday looks much smaller than it used to because there's not that many people eating here anymore. It's not a whole lot of food. We're gonna make some food today, don't worry. But it's just different. So things for me that have helped me is learning to let down those expectations of, okay, I do have to make way less food for things. I don't want to make too much. And I've done a pretty good job this week, not over making, not over producing food, and doing good for like just keeping enough so everybody's belly's full, everybody's satisfied, and we're good to go. So learning to downsize the food, which has been a huge thing, and so that's been a good thing to do. Trying to, now that my kids are busy a lot, working, doing their thing, they're all high school age, I'm trying to make sure that I keep some traditions, some things that we make sure that we sit together and eat. That's something that gets kind of thrown by the wayside because I'm busy, they're doing this, they're doing that, and so we don't always sit together and eat as a family. And so that's something we're trying to implement because I'm like, it takes 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour-long dinner. It's just everybody come, let's sit down and eat dinner. And then we talk about our day, pray for our food, and just discuss, anything good about our day, which is good. We used to go around the table, everybody would do their high-low, and it'd be pretty much by the time the last person talked, it was like dinner was finished. So it looks a little bit different, but that is quite all right. We were sitting there last night, and there was just 4 around the table, and I was like, wow, small size, but you can have more in-depth conversations. Everybody probably gets a chance to talk a little bit more. So the quieter ones, join into the conversations more where they were a little bit more quiet. So that's one change that I'm trying to implement and keep set as this next batch of kids, the next batch of kids, this next group of kids goes through, just so that we can create those good memories, because it's very easy. It's very easy when you only have a few, and just go ahead, go eat in your room, or go ahead, go eat in front of the TV, however that looks. So just trying to be set on doing that in our family. It's also helped me to have a lot of gratitude and be thankful for the things that I do have. That is one little transition that was hard, instead of looking at how it used to be and thinking that that's how life needed to be, and trying to think, how can I do this? And so, and being discouraged if it wasn't that way, I'm learning to have more gratitude in the seasons that I'm in right now. And not that I was never thankful before, but it makes me get up each day and go, wow, thank you, Lord, for that moment. Or, kids and I had conversations the other day, and I was like, wow, thank you for that moment with the kids. I didn't get to, they were busy all day, but those last, we were driving the car, and that 20-minute ride home, that was well worth it. For the entire day, that just filled my soul, filled my love bucket, and just made my mama's heart overflow. And I was like, thank you, Lord, for those moments. So having that gratitude for the little things. Thank you for the food that we're having. Thank you, even though it's much smaller, I'm having that gratitude that we're able to eat, have good food, fill our bellies, nobody's hungry, and expressing that gratitude in my days. Looking ahead, I am not one to look ahead too far. I know some people have a 5-year and a 10-year plan. My life has never been that way. I would love to have done that way back in the day. I used to kind of think that way, and then we had 10 kids, and yeah, it was like, we just got to get through today. We just got to get through this year. That's a little far to look at too. So for me, and then you never know. We never know. My husband is a mover, and he enjoys moving to different places. He enjoys exploring different areas, and so we have moved. We've moved multiple times, and so learning to enjoy that journey. That has been a little bit more of a struggle. Not terrible. It's just more adjusting. Not many people adjust to things, and I know that. I know that in life, and so learning to adjust and then enjoy your season, enjoy where you're at. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, yes, we have moved a lot. You have lived in Michigan, you have lived in the mountains, and now you're living in Florida. I said, what person can say that they have lived in all those 3 different climates and states? Not many. And I said, the beautiful thing is you get to see which one you like better. Like, where do you want to be? And where do you want to be? Where do you want to end up? Where do you want to set your roots down for you? Because you're going to live your life. You're going to do your things. You're going to travel. You're going to find where you're going to set up your family and all those good things. And so I think I grew up with that mentality. Everybody lived in the same little triangle, the 2-3 mile radius, and that's where everybody was at. And so, you live by your cousins, you live by your family. And now a lot of people, that's the bygone days. And a lot of people have to move for jobs. A lot of people have to move due to life and expenses and all those things. And so teaching them that resilience is a good thing, and then teaching them to adapt to any situation, because in life you're going to have things abruptly change. You're going to have to change jobs. You're going to have to change this. You might have some kind of thing happen in your family where it's going to be abruptly changed. So if you're not able to adapt to your situation, that's not a good thing. So I said, you guys have learned to adapt to so much. You've learned to adapt to new friends, a new church, all those good. I said, that's a great thing. I said, and then look at all the fun and all the great things that you've experienced that you would have never got to experience if we would have stayed where we were at. So I said, that's a beautiful thing. So learning to enjoy those moments and enjoy that ride, enjoy that season, that's a key to that complete joy and happiness in your days. So home, it's going to keep changing. It's going to keep doing things. So I am here for it. Are you here for it? You're here for it because you're still sticking around, even though it's looking different. So what do we got for today? Today is going to be Gather Your Fragment Friday. I am going to gather fragments because I have not gone huge shopping. I have a lot of little things, and I'm going to pull them together and make some meals. I'm excited for it. So my goal is to have, it's going to be smaller size, and it's going to be a lot of little small things, but my goal is to make sure that we have enough for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For the weekend, little treats thrown in there. It's going to be it's going to be an amazing day. So first thing, I think I'm going to start right away with breakfast foods, because it is getting a little bit later, and I'm sure maybe they will get up and then they'll want something to eat. So I have those biscuits that I got were they $1? Oh, sorry, my phone. Turn your phone down, Amy. Those biscuits I got for $1 at the discount store. The greatest biscuits ever. They're thin and they're great. One thing we enjoyed is I used little breakfast sandwiches out of them, which I'm going to do with some of them. But one thing they really enjoyed was the breakfast pizzas out of them. And so I just made small ones. It's basically like eating a bagel pizza, and they're gone. Like, everybody loved them. I'm like, that was very good. So I'm going to make some of those for breakfast as well today. So let me get all that stuff out. It's going to be great. So let's get our stuff. Okay, so these are great. Biscuit thins, I saw these at Publix for like $5-6, so these were a deal. A couple are like where you can tell it thawed a little bit and refroze, probably from when I brought it home. So if you lose one in the bag, it's no big deal. They're great. So I've got these right here. Let me see. I want to see how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Is that I got 3? Count again. 6. I got 11 of those little breakfast sausages. I have breakfast sausage right here that I'm going to put on the pizzas. And then we'll do eggs. So let me get enough sandwiches. We got to bake them first. They're tiny, and then I'll do enough for pizzas and for little sandwiches. That was a lot of figuring. I'm like, what am I doing here? So the ones that I'm trying to break them apart, I'm like, you know what? Let me just bake them. Let me bake them. I'll eat them plain. They're that delicious. So I'll just put those. Those are going to be like the misfit ones. That'll be great. And then I've got enough. I'm like, how much do I make? I just did the rest of those bags because I'll make little sandwiches. like I said, they're delicious. If it doesn't get eaten, we can always put them in the, we can freeze them, but I really think that they'll get eaten up. So let's bake these. I'm thinking for eggs, I'm thinking I will do it on a cookie sheet. I liked that I did this little tiny cookie, like little circles, and cut out. That was very nice. I only need 10 or 11. And then the rest, I'll just kind of chop it up, the eggs. So all the remainder will chop up, and then I can put it on the breakfast pizza. It doesn't need to be like scrambly eggs. That's fine, 'cause it's all gonna be pieces. So let me spray this with some eggs up. If you notice there's stuff on the eggs, it's not anything bad. It's just we had kombucha above it, and the berries kind of dripped on it. From the wet bowl, so that's all that happened there. So let's crack these. Okay, then we like a good country sausage gravy. I do not like making it from scratch. I just don't. And the reason I don't is because I don't ever make like a bunch of sausage and to use it. So I'm using leftover. So that's the only reason. So I put this, I kind of figure, I mean, it's one of those things like eyeballs. I poured into a measuring cup with water. I'm gonna go microwave this and for a couple minutes, and it'll be super thick. Even if you don't stir it, it's separated. Just microwave it and then just give it a good stir. Like it can be lumpy and clumpy, and then you can just stir it and it gets smooth. So this is great for the sauce for the breakfast pizza, even for dipping, anything. It's just delicious. Oh, and then also salt and pepper to it because it doesn't, the country one, I get this one at Sam's Club. This is cheaper than like the peppered gravy package. You know, they're like $1 or $1.50 probably now. This is still cheaper to get. It's just not as flavorful. So add your own salt and pepper, and then it's good. Okay, I microwaved it for 3 minutes. Let's see how it goes to separate. Just stir it. It really does mix itself up. Look at that. It's like real thick on the bottom. You can feel the chunks. Just a good stir. Look at that. Perfect. All right, we got gravy. We can have with the biscuits. We can have with the breakfast pizza. That's delicious. Okay, wait for the stuff to cook. Okay, so it's still baking, so I'm gonna wait on that. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna start doing a couple of my meals. So one of the dishes I have, remember I saved that ham right here? And I did it with the bean soup, and it was good, it was fine. I just don't think that right now we're really loving the bean soup. It was good, it was delicious. I just don't feel like I wanna make it again. So what I'm thinking is I have like this right here. I've got 4 potatoes, this, and a can of green beans, and I'll do our little casserole because someone will eat this. Even if it's just one or, oh, there's a bad thing in the middle. 1 or 2 potatoes, but at least, or like 1 or 2 people, but at least it'll get eaten up and it doesn't go to waste. Because I'm like, what am I gonna do with 4 potatoes? Like nothing, you know what I mean? But this dish is something that they do like. So it can be, hey, this is what I'm gonna grab for dinner tonight, because I don't really care what they grab. Every day, someone is here differently for the whole weekend. So I'm not like you gotta have just this tonight, you know what I mean? Or this is the only thing we're gonna eat tonight. It's not that way in this household because our lives are so different. So I'm thinking this will be a great way to use up these 4 potatoes and that little bit of ham. And so usually I do a slow cooker, and I will, I just have such a small amount, I don't need a slow cooker for that. I feel like there's some yuckies here. Hold on, some yucky part of the potato. So I just I just ordered remember I was looking at the thrift store for a small one, like a 1.5 quart one. I just got one at Amazon. I was gonna get it at the thrift store. They were like, I think they're like, what were they, $10? Brand new on Amazon is $15. So I was like, I might as well get brand new on Amazon. So I've got that coming this weekend. So I wanna be able to do like we made baked mac and cheese this last week. Winner. That was a really good recipe. So thankful that I got that one to my friend. And similar to ours, but just a little bit of extra yum to it, and it was delicious. So I'm thinking it'd be great to make regular mac and cheese, because everybody likes it, and then have one for Jensen, but do it in a smaller pot. Or if we're gonna do nachos, it will heat up our cheese, you know what I mean? Or just, I think our phase in life is, that would be a good use of the thing that we'll have. So look at this, I made like a whole dinner of this. A couple people can eat. I'm just gonna pour that all in there like that. Look at that. And you just season it with salt and pepper. And that's it, and onion powder too. It's so good. It's such a simple dish, but so yummy. So I'm not even gonna stir it. I'm just gonna go like this. Put the lid on it, and then I probably should stir it, right? I probably should stir it. I gotta get that seasoning in there. And this will go in the oven when the other stuff comes up. There we go. That'll be a great dish. Like someone will grab that. I might even grab that because. All right, they're up. I'm gonna cut them in half to get ready for sandwiches. We're doing great, even though we're making a lot of little pieces. Like this will go quick for teenagers. And it's gonna be for the next week, part of the next week as well. So I'm just waiting on the eggs in the oven and the other little pan of biscuits here. So I'm gonna put a little piece of cheese on here. So make a nice little sandwich. I'll break it in half and put it on both. So this will be great. And I made a few more small pizzas over here. So this will be something yummy, grab and go. They're like those little breakfast pizzas that you find in the freezer. And then if I have stuff left, which I have a little bit of sausage left, I'm going to, and eggs, I'm sure I'll have a little bit left, I'm going to just kind of mix it all up. I'm going to put it in a burrito. And then we can have, there's like a big piece of cheese here. It's stuck together. Then we can have like a breakfast burrito with the remainder of that stuff. So that will work. All right, Tay. Looking good. So we've got those breakfast sandwiches with a couple burritos, and then here's biscuits and gravy. I ate one delicious. I'm gonna put the little breakfast pizzas in these containers to put them in the refrigerator. So next thing I'm gonna do, I was thinking I should do my desserts, but I'll do part of the chicken. I've got those chicken drumsticks that we got right here in front of me at Detweiler's, big bags of them. So I'm like, normally I put them on the smoker and do it because it's easy. I don't have to touch it. I just put it on there with Old Bay. It's delicious. Everybody likes it. But I thought, why don't I do crispy in the oven? You know, why not heat your house up even more if you're already gonna heat food up? So just Google the recipe. So basically they have you doing, I've got a couple different bowls here. So I'm having flour in one with Old Bay. That's gonna be my seasoning. And I'm gonna do a couple eggs in here with mustard and then panko. I think that'll be, oh, it's brand new. And then I'll put it on a cookie sheet, spray it with oil, and we'll bake it. And that'll be delicious. that took some time to do it. I'm gonna spray it with oil here. The recipe I looked up, it said to do mustard. It said mayonnaise too, but I have a lot of mustard. I don't know why. Okay, I bought a lot of mustard. I just did. For whatever reason, we have an abundance of mustard. So I'm like, I mean, I don't mind having it stacked up for a while, but we have plenty. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use that. So we'll see. We'll see how it does. I'm sure it'll be great. They're humongous. So I'm gonna put these in the oven. Everything Amy wants to put them outside or cover them, but it says just to bake it like this. So let me stick this in. All right, chicken in the oven. So something my husband enjoys is, and he enjoys it for lunch for the week, is like macaroni salad. Now it's funny because it went from macaroni salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. And so it's basically Miracle Whip, that's all it is. And then we started adding green onions. And then the last time I added way less cucumbers. And then he said, you know what, I don't even care if the cucumbers in it anymore. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, let me just throw some basically pasta, Miracle Whip, and some, I have ham lunch meat I'm gonna put in here to, you know, like my mom used to make like chicken salad, but with pasta, like with turkeys, and like we'd do turkey, tuna, like tuna salad. So that's what I'm making right now. So I'm just gonna put green onions in it. It's what he requested. I'm like, I'm good with that. So you gotta work in stages on things that you cut back on, and so he's cut back on a lot of other things, and so I'm like, oh, this is good. So I've got, let's see, do we put all that lunch meat in there? Let me see what I got here. It's just got it in fragments is what I'm doing. So it makes life good. I like coming up with creative ways to stretch what I have. So like I'm thinking about everything right now. Okay, what do I have? What can I use up? You know, like that little bit of ham in there. It's like, okay, that was good for that dinner. And I'm like, okay, I got chicken drumsticks in there. I'm like, okay, what else can I? And I kind of think of everybody. I try to think of every child and what they'll eat, because they don't all love everything. Like not everybody loves chicken drumsticks or anything. You've not seen any of that. Chicken drumsticks, and so it's mostly the boys. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, what can we do that'll be good? Okay, so I think that'll be it. I'm gonna cut this up because this would be good to add to something, whether it be pizza or who knows what. Maxine, she's like, Mom, I smell it. What am I not getting any? She's like watching the floor. She's like, give me some pizza. Let me see. Let's see what that looks like. I did do a little bit of Miracle Whip. I also had 3 hot dog buns, so I just put 3 hot dogs together. This will go in the freezer. We're in the process of cleaning out. I've got the cabbage vegetable soup right here. So good, so delicious. I'm gonna put it in glass dishes because that gets microwaved for, you know, quite some time, and then it may get eaten this weekend. If it does not, then I'll put it in the freezer. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is one that I like, and I made it this week, and I really enjoyed it. It was the 3-bean salad, the kidney beans, and I feel like my can opener is getting a little wet, and so it's a little bit rough. I'm gonna have to WD-40 that and let that soak, because it's getting a little bit hard to maneuver. I made this week, and it was so good. The more I let it sit, the better it was. And so I have to remember what I added. I believe it was olive oil, and I think I did lemon juice, didn't I? Lemon juice and then the seasonings. Okay, no, it's working good. I'm thinking that's what it was. So I will just mix it up. It was delicious. So good. Okay, so I'm going off memory here. I don't really remember a lot, but I do remember it was olive oil. So just a little bit of olive oil, because you don't want too much, and then it was lemon juice because I don't like vinegar. So, you know, real lemon juice here. So I'm pretty sure I did that. And we had chicken bouillon, because that gives it like a delicious little woodsy flavor. It really does. Chicken bouillon goes for everything. Garlic powder and onion. and salt and pepper. I saw a couple recipes for like honey in it. I just don't know if that would be good. It may, I don't know. I think I just like this kind of flavoring. So that's perfect. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is, because I can keep my oven going, one thing is I have pie crust and cherry pie filling. So I've been telling Greg that I'm gonna make some mini pies. And so it's been a long time. Is it one pan does this, or does one pan do two? I don't remember because it's been so long. So what I'm gonna have to do is do one and see how many that is, and then if I got more, I can do it. So basically unroll your crust. You can roll it out if you want to. I might do a little bit like this, a little bit, just a little bit, not too much more. And then what I'm gonna do is get one that fits a little bit bigger than right here. This one right here probably, and we're gonna cut. You can roll all this out, so it's no big deal. I believe I used to get 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. I could do 8 right there, but we'll wait on that. Okay, so I need to spray these. I don't know. Let's see here. It's been a little while, people. Okay, let me put these in the middle, because I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to put in here, and then we'll go from there. So a little disappointed I didn't have more canned pie filling, but that's okay. I could have cooked other ones and made some pudding and put it inside, but I didn't want to deal with that. I just threw it back in the freezer. That's fine. Something I want to do, I have a lot of black beans. I don't know why I bought a lot of black beans, but I did. I think I had anticipation of making black beans and rice, and we have not made any of it. It's delicious. We just have not made any. So we make the garbanzo bean donuts. They're delicious. They're very delicious. And I've been told, everybody said, make the black bean brownies. And I was like, why make the black bean brownies when you like the brownie package? Because it's good. Well, right now, Amy does not have any brownies in her pantry. And so instead of going to the store, I happened to come across a short yesterday or the other day, and it was the black bean brownies. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it. So I just went to the Bush's Beans site. I took their recipe. So we're gonna try theirs. I'm gonna double it because I wanna do a big 9x13, you know, because you're always doing bigger. So we're gonna be hopeful it turns out good. The smart way would be to do one package and see how it does, but you know, we're gonna go from there. So I did 2 cans of black beans, and then it has it doing it in a food processor. But since I'm gonna be doing double, I don't think it'll fit all my food processor. It may, but I'm just thinking through. I'm like, I think a blender would be better. So I'm gonna do all my wet ingredients in here right now, and then blend it up. We'll see how much room we got, and then we can add the flour and stuff to it. We're just gonna have to be hopeful. Chicken looks delicious. It smells delicious. I don't even like chicken legs, and they look really, really good. So, okay, what else do we gotta do? Vanilla, let me get that too. See me right there. I basically am making it just like I do my bean donuts. So if I have to take it out and mix it, I'll do that. So in here, and then we're gonna add vanilla. And I'm adding vegetable oil. Yes, I am, because I have a tiny little bit left. I could get my coconut oil, but you know what? I've got this. See, I might as well use it up. There's only that little bit. That's all I need right there. I'm trying to use up stuff we haven't noticed. So, okay, so what do we got in here? Vanilla, that eggs. I think it's my only wet stuff, right? And then they did sugar. Let's do sugar. It's 2 cups of sugar, which sounds like a lot, but I know for bean donuts it's a cup of sugar. Yeah, it's a cup of sugar. So let's do 2, and then we'll blend this, and we'll go from there. I mean, it's gonna gonna have flecks of the beans in there. So, all right, let's put in here. What is it, a half a cup of cocoa? Okay, then it's gonna be 1 cup of chocolate chips. Okay, the recipe says just to stir in a cup of chocolate chips, not to blend it. So I'm gonna do a little bit in here and then I'm gonna sprinkle some on top, I think. So it's a little thinner, but I think that's the way it says it's supposed to be, so we're just gonna find out. It said to put it in a parchment paper lined baking sheet because it's, and spray it first so that the paper sticks because it's thinner, because you're gonna pull it out with the paper is what it said. So let's just see. I'm anxious to see how these turn out, so I've been wanting to try them. It'll be one of those things I won't tell anybody what's in them, and I'll say, hey, it's just homemade brownies. How do you like them? All right, we're flying. I feel like I was like looking at the clock. I'm like, I'm actually almost done, which is good. So the chicken is almost done. I checked the temperature. They're like 155. I'm almost there. So they still have a few more minutes to cook. So I'm gonna let them keep cooking. I did take out the, this right here. This is the ham, potatoes and gravy. It's delicious. It's so simple and delicious. That's a meal for somebody, a couple people obviously. Right here, I'm gonna make couscous up right now to have as a side with the chicken, and then I put in the croissants. So basically, let's think through here. Dinner tonight will be the chicken legs and couscous. I've got 3 boxes of couscous. Kids like couscous. Greg does too. So I'm gonna do this because it can be like a weekend with the chicken kind of meal. I know it's not the best the next day, but they'll still eat it. It's not like it's gonna get not eaten. So I'm gonna cook this up right now. So that will be with the chicken. I'm gonna get some veggies. I'll go see what kind of frozen veggie I get. I'll just heat that up. Peas and carrots. Yeah, let me get one of those. And then we'll have a croissant. So that'll be dinner tonight. And then Saturday and Sunday, it can vary. If you want to have chicken, go ahead and have chicken. Or if you want to have the ham, have the ham. It just depends. And then for breakfast will be all those breakfast sandwiches, and that'll last for the week. I've got macaroni salad for Greg for the week, and then if he wants that for the weekend, he can. Or if he wants, there's a couple hot dogs in there. We also have a couple burgers in there. So nothing is going to waste. Do you know what I mean? Like it's getting used up in some sort of way. And so the brownies and the pies I'll put in after the chicken is done because I don't know about the chicken tasting like brownies and pie. So that will be good. I'm looking at what else. The other thing I think I want to do is something for lunch, and I'm thinking pizza is what I'm thinking. Because I know the kids like pizza and it's easy, but I think they're gonna get up and have breakfast. So I'm like, do I even bother with pizza? Decisions, or just use what we have and just have breakfast. Maybe we'll just do the breakfast. Pizza I can throw together the weekend. That's not a big deal to have that. So, all right, good thing. So let that boil, and then I'll add the packaged stuff. All right, can I do something that not everybody will love, but I think it's gonna go over well? Okay, so I'm thinking, we've got the chicken drumsticks. Now, not everybody loves it. I have 2 girls that do not like drumsticks. I don't like drumsticks, but they do like crunchy chicken. I have a little bit of crunchy, like breaded chicken breast in the freezer, but if I make all of that, I know that the boys like that one too, so I feel like everybody will eat that versus the drumsticks, and it's like a whole meal where I can use it for another day. But I do have chicken fajita pieces that I did on the grill and chopped them up and froze. So what I'm thinking here, people, it's better than going out to eat. I'm thinking I have a little bit of panko left, and I also have crackers. We have a lot of crackers. So like Ritz crackers, I'm thinking to take the chicken, dip it in egg mixture, and coat it with the crumbs and bake it till it's crispy. I feel like that's gonna work and be something they eat versus like, just chicken. Stick with me, bear with me, let's see if it works. I don't know, we're just gonna try something. I'm thinking this is gonna work. I think it's gonna work really good. The chicken came out nice and crispy, so great. So let me get this going and I'll put it in the oven. Making food today. Gathered and done. Okay, so we got the pies. We've got 6, 7, there's 10 little mini pies. That'll be a nice treat though for later. Okay, I haven't done that much food in my kitchen in a long time. I'm talking about cutting back and looking different. It is looking different, but it's looking good. Okay, so this is the chicken that I kind of crisp back up. So what does it taste like? It's like crispy chicken. It tastes like if you would bread chicken. Obviously it's not raw chicken and then cooked, so it's not as juicy and good, but not bad. Like not bad for, I feel like this will get eaten up a whole lot better than just random chicken pieces. So what do we got looking like for life here? Let me show you. Okay, the brownies are still in the oven. So here is those turned out really good this time. Sometimes I question how long I do it for. So we've got our refrigerator full of grab and go meals. That's what I have in here. We have our breakfast right here. Breakfast. Here is cabbage vegetable soup. If that doesn't get eaten up, then I will freeze some. This has got my bean salad. Mine, if anybody wants it, they can. I know they won't. And watermelon right here. And then this one right here is what is all this? Hot dogs, macaroni salad. Greg wants it this weekend. There's hamburgers right here. And then here is the ham, potatoes, and green bean dinner. Here's the chicken dinner over here. Grab the whole thing out, kids. Make your dinner, your video. This is some mac and cheese from Jensen left over. So if he still wants that, we'll see. I just made a little bit more. Then over here, I just have, I put our milk in that, so I'll leave that refrigerator emptier, which is good. I still have my treats in there, which are delicious. When I run out, I'm gonna make more. Brownies are still going. They got about 17 minutes. I did get some stuff I ordered. I'm not doing a huge shopping yet, but I had to order $50 worth of stuff to get my stuff for Sam's Club. And Sam's Club is the only place I can get my bread flour. Neighbor must be getting a roof on. I was thinking, what is all that? So you have to pay you have to buy $50 worth of stuff. That's their new rule. And so I was like, okay, what else do I need? I do need laundry detergent, so I got that. So I really need a laundry detergent. Oh, Maxine, hold on. I forgot she was outside. So the flour is not here yet. It's coming, but it's not here yet. And I ordered this. I'm almost out of soap. This looks like a whole lot smaller. With the pump, it was the same price as without. So I'm like, well, I'll get the pump because you never know when you'll need it. I have like about this much left. So I was like, about, you can't even see. This much left in my other one, but I'm like, well, eventually we'll use that. And then looking at my pan, I needed a little bit more. I was gonna order rice because I get the 25 pounds of rice, but we have a lot of couscous and a lot of orzo. So I was like, I don't necessarily need rice. I'm like, what do I need? So I looked at my pantry. Tomato sauce I was empty on, and that's something we eat a lot of. So I ordered that. That was, is that $50? That and the flour. And then I ordered some stuff from Amazon. I get my ibuprofen. I used to always do Sam's Club, just get the big giant bottle. I haven't been to Sam's. I could have placed the order there, but this is like $3. So that works, the Amazon Basics. And then Maxine, I opened up her, went to give her a bone today. I'm like, ooh, she's only got one more left. I'm like, thank goodness for next day delivery. So she gets one of those a day. She's like, are you talking about me? And then I had ordered this right here, Maxi Grow. This is for my hydroponic garden here. So what I'm gonna do is, after researching it, you gotta worry about the pH, everything else, but I'm like, if I just switch it out every week, the water, do I really have to worry about pH for lettuce? And like, it doesn't look like I have to, because our water's not horrible, but if I let it sit for more than a week, it probably will. So I'm just gonna be changing my water every week, and that is okay. I have plenty of this. I believe it's like a teaspoon with that much water. So I'll have this forever. I'll put it in some jars. And then, what else did we order? Someone got, the last of the child got a phone. So Stephen, all our kids have phones. I'm a believer in kids having phones for protection, safety, that kind of thing. And so my kids are all out of the house doing things, activities. And so we moved here. Battery died. So when we moved here, obviously new place. And so Autumn was starting to go to things at church and that. And so I was like, I don't know anybody. Definitely needs a phone. So we got her a phone. So she had hers, and then I didn't get one for the next kids for a little bit. And then Madeline started being out more, doing things, and where she was, usually everybody's together or somebody's with somebody, so don't worry. So then Maddie started going by herself somewhere. And I was like, ooh, I'm like, you're gonna need a phone. And so just activities and stuff. And so we ended up getting her, Jensen's birthday's in December and Maddie's is February, so I'm pretty sure I got Jensen's first because, like, you know, he was the next one in line to get it. So I got him one, then I got Maddie one, and so they're set. Well, Stephen is the last one to not have a phone, so pretty much he's always with somebody, so I never worry about it, but he's always like, I'm the only kid that went to 12 conference that doesn't have a phone, Mom. And so I'm like, only kid? I'm like, so sorry. So So it's a whole lot different when you're the last child, and obviously people just have a couple kids, so they all have phones. And so he is getting a phone, so he's the next one to get one. So he is excited, and so I took a picture of him on the chair smiling, and then me ordering his phone yesterday. And so I said, he's like, finally. So poor kid. These kids suffer. They just don't even know, do they? No, it's fine. I'd much rather have them. We do our Verizon. We've been Verizon for, I don't even know, 15, 20 years. It's got to be at least 20 years, right? We've been a long time. Like, we are like grandfathered into Verizon because we've used the same company forever, and I've never switched. So I want to say 20 years. So what I do is every time we add a line to the phone, a plan, I didn't know this at first. My older ones, we kind of just got a new phone, okay? So then they just pay for their phone and pay for the service. It's like, it usually costs them about $50 a month. And so when they have a job, they pay for their phone. And so my thought was, okay, well, Autumn has a job, so she pays for her phone now. She didn't before. We don't do that. And so then I was thinking in my head, I got to get one for the next 3 kids. I'm going to have to pay for phones for all the kids. And so then I discovered that on Verizon you can buy, and I know you can buy a separate phone, have it activated, yada, yada, yada. I just didn't want to do all that. I just wanted it all in one place so I know it's good. And so Verizon has used refurbished phones. You can buy, like, that's who I bought for. Autumn got a new one. I was thinking, did Autumn got a used, no, she got a new one. She bought a new one. I was thinking she upgraded, but she pays for hers. But the last 3 kids, and they got new phones, like better than, like, I want to say iPhone 15. And I know some do the iPhone, some do the Google. Jensen got the one I got, a little bit less. He got his before me, and his is still, it's just a used one, and it's great. So I don't know which number, Google Pixel 10, I'm not sure what the number is. I just know 15, Apple iPhone 15, because we just bought that one. So they're free as long as you stay in with contract for them for 3 years, which we will. That's the given, and then we just do their unlimited basic, so it's $35 a month. So it's only $35 every month. Yes, you have to stay with them, but we have no other phone. Our kids will always have it as they grow up. They just pay me for their phone bill. It's friends and family, so they don't have to necessarily live in your house, and it works really good. And then I get unlimited coverage and unlimited texts and all that good stuff. So anyways, the child is happy to get his phone. So he got that, and then what else? I also this is women time, okay? Women's bras. I'm not going to show these ones just yet because I'm waiting for the other ones. There's only one. I have always gotten the underwire ones. Okay, I know wire's not good near your glands, things like that, but that was something like, my mom had one. And so it's not something you discuss with everybody, like, what kind of bra do you get? And then you just always use the same one because you've used it for your whole entire life, right? Anybody else? So I started seeing a lady on shorts for something, and she was, our age, my age, and she was, trying on different clothes, just how to dress better, yada, yada, yada. And so she had a bra and mentioned their jelly style bras, I think they're called, jelly style. Jelly bra is what it's called. And I was like, they're like more comfy, no wires, but still has form. And I was like, huh. And so I looked on Amazon, and I was talking to a girlfriend. She said, it reminds me of like the water bras back in the day. I'm like, water bra, what is that? And so when I type in water bra, jelly bra comes up. So I'm thinking they will be something good. And so it's one of those things that you're the mom, you always put things off getting, and you're like, okay, it's finally time to get yourself a couple more. And so I'm excited to see, and so I'll let you know how they work. But they're jelly bras is what they're called. They're not jelly. I think it's just the elastic is like a jelly cord or something. I don't know. I'll let you know. They're not here yet. I've only got one here. It says women's bras, the perfect gift. Is that the perfect gift? It probably is. We'll let you know. So just healthier for you and better than having a wire. It's one of those things where you use the same bra with wire, and then after a while it pokes through, and then you're getting jabbed with a wire or breaks. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, really, is that bras? Is that the only way to have support and to have it look good and to have it smooth? No, surely there's something else. So anyways, I'll let you know how the women's bra goes. This is just one. I'm waiting for the other ones. They'll be here this weekend. So, all right, done here. Waiting on the brownies. That's going to be it for my day today. So different, like refrigerator's looking different, and so it does look like food, but not a ton, and that'll be enough for like breakfast this next week and dinners for the weekend. So it's going to be good. Let's wait on the brownies. I'll show you what they look like. It's a lot to get the camera out. Maxine saw that. She's like, ooh. And I'm like, is this the time where you give in and you give them a dog treat? So I will probably, I've got 2 left, so I will probably give you one. You've already had one, but she's got another one, but then she got 60 more. That will last us 2 months worth unless somebody else gives her that. So that should last for 2 months. I did order one of those Pullman pans with the lids you guys told me about, so that'll be here hopefully tomorrow. So I'm anxious to try some bread to see how it is with the lid, so it's like uniform and perfect. So all good things, just waiting on the brownies. The brownies, I got my lights off. I'm shutting everything down. They turned out good. Will they be good? I don't know. I know I gotta let that cool and then I'll take it out. What would be a good option for your brownies? To put chocolate on top and let it melt? That would be good, and you kind of, I'm just thinking out loud. Put chocolate, like, that's what I could do, is my little chocolate squares, put it on top and let it melt. And then if it's so bad, it won't be so bad. Then if it's so bad, it won't be so bad. Let me get, because who knows how it'll taste. Let's do it, let's get the chocolate. It probably will be fine. But what if it tastes horrible and I waste my $3 worth of chocolate? Decisions, but I could also put some nuts on top. All right, people, I'm going for something that I don't even know is gonna taste good. We're gonna be hopeful. The more you add, I think it'll be better. Let's see, so let's put this on. I'm like looking, I'm like, do I have any chopped nuts? No, I don't have any chopped nuts, so I'm cutting it with my vegetable knife because who knows where my big giant one is. I just don't want it to get out the chopper. So everybody. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool and then I will show you what it's like. I'm gonna be hopeful. Okay, so I'm gonna be finished for today. So this has gotta cool for a while. I'll let it sit, we'll try it, and then I'll let you know. And then I'll just write on here how it tastes. I have to assume it's gonna be delicious. So, hope you enjoyed. This was a true Gather Your Fragment Friday, using up a whole lot of stuff. Maddie's choking over there on breakfast pizza. So, you have a fantastic rest of the day. Come back this weekend for some encouragement. If not, come back next week for some more live. So, all right, we'll see ya. Bye.